listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and do best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
The response after the first quarter could be down as many as 18, I think, in the first. Give it up 40. What did you like about just what the team was able to do to not only get back in this, but win it the way they did?
Well, I didn't like the start, number one. We had this last game. We can't make this a habit, right? This is not something we want to have become a part of our program. We want to get off to a good start. So that's the first thing. The response was fantastic, though. Again, the bench came in, gave us life, energy. I thought Carlo coming in was a big, gave us a big boost. Obviously, the rookies played well. They gave us, some big minutes. But overall, the group shifted. The mindset shifted down 18. We just kept chipping away, one possession at a time. It really started with our defense, getting stops, getting aggressive, getting our hands on them, getting our hands on the ball some more, rebounding. I think last 3 quarters we held them to 25 points or below. That's the standard for us. That's where we want to be defensively. So, and then from there, once we're getting stops, good things are going to happen offensively. I mean, the offense, I think, watching the film is going to be pretty fun to watch this offense today. Ball moving, 32 assists, guys sharing it, making plays for one another. Turnovers are still too high. I think that's we got to be careful tomorrow on that. We don't want to fuel their offense with turnovers. But great response. As I told the guys, very professional, mature, resilient win. Now we got to do it again tomorrow.
What does it say about this group, too? I mean, considering the record, we talked about this, but could have easily folded down 18 to be able to fight the way they did. The rookies having the games that they've had coming off the bench, despite their minutes kind of being a little bit influx. Just what does it say about the entire group overall to have a win like this?
It's a character win, and I think this group has character to it. I'm so proud of them, the way they've handled, this situation, this stretch. As I said earlier today, we're sprinting through the finish line. The goal is here to build momentum, and I'm really proud of the group that they bought into that. They're not giving in to the season. They're not giving in within the game. To me, that's resiliency, plain and simple. And we want to reflect that. The goal here is to build a team that reflects the city of New Orleans, that this city can be proud of, that is tough, that's resilient, that's physical, that's creative, has some flair to it offensively, diversity to it. That's the goal. That's the identity I'm starting to see form here with this team. And I love the momentum. I love the buy-in, their spirit, their togetherness, their fight. I couldn't be more proud of this group.
What's kind of your message to the team to not be satisfied with just winning one game now that you got that person?
Well, we talked about it in there. Human nature says, relax, we got one. Let's pump the next one. But there's no rule that tomorrow they get to be the aggressors because they lost. In the NBA handbook, there's no rule that gets to happen. So we got to come back and be mature and take a step forward. This is about building momentum. Tomorrow's a momentum win. That's what we're going after. And, we have enough fresh bodies. We have enough young guys to get this done. We have the blueprint from tonight. We got to go execute again. But we know they're going to come out swinging. They're going to be aggressive. And we got to fight human nature. So tomorrow will be reflective of our growth, our resiliency, our character, and I expect our guys to respond. So we got to flip it. First quarter is going to be extremely important tomorrow.
What was your view on Trey's that dunk he had? The one with the
Pretty special dunk, That was a big-time dunk. I thought Eves was too, I thought Eves had a nice little dump off and one. Yeah, these guys are just sharing it, moving it. They're building chemistry as well. I believe Dejounte dropped that one off to him. Finding that connection with Trey is really important. They're playing off one another now. Our transition game is elite, but spectacular play.
I don't know, like you said, 30 assists was kind of that's what you want to get.
That's the standard. I mean, and this group can do it. It should be common for us to hit 30 assists. That, the ball is moving, we're sharing it. We don't care who gets the shot. We're just looking for the right shot. We have enough firepower to get this done. It's just about trusting, believing, and, playing as a unit.
Just with the sample size you have now, what have you seen when you have Dejounte and Herb out there at the same time kind of causing havoc on the defensive end?
There are two hounds on the ball. It's tough. When you have two hounds, you have some rim protection behind you. It just makes it tough on our opponents. They're out of they're out of their offense. They're starting their offense at half court. We're turning them over. They both have a way of turning the game defensively. And obviously they're a great team, but our two hounds, you can feel them out there. We're just so disruptive, and then it gets the other guys going too. I think when they pick up like that and they're that active, it just activates everybody. Everybody raises their level from there, and we've been saying this, it starts on the ball. And when Herb and Dejounte can do that on the ball, and Fierce has done this too. Fierce has been much more active on the ball. Three hounds that are going after it.
When you see those guys playing like that, do you ever think like,
I want to play?
what could have?
Oh. No, they don't. We don't want to do that.
What could have been if Dejounte? I know it happens. You can't rush them back, but do you ever just kind of think like, what to see?
I can't go there. What I can look forward to is what's ahead. I think that's what I can look to. Stay in the moment. I try not to, look back and what if. We can't do anything about the past. All we control is what's in front of us now. And I see a group playing together, playing for one another. I'm just enjoying this time with them, and I see the future here, though. I see ahead of what this group can be, and you're starting to see, sort of this vision coming into light, with these players. And I'm more hopeful. I'm just more excited. I'm just thrilled to be able to coach this group and just watch their growth without looking, in the rearview mirror. We can't do anything about that, but we can control how we finish the season and the momentum we build into the summer. And we're doing that right now. Thank you.
All right, shout out to the fam for all things Pelicans. You're now tuned into
That's
Pelican
the sound of an American oil
post
hard at
game
work.
report.
Wanna
Shout
be-
out to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button, the sub button, and the share button, man. Big QDC representing the flocking nation, man. We up in this when the Pelicans take care of business and sank the Clippers 124 to 109, man. Big QDC in here for the recap of this one, fam. Listen, Pelicans earn their 24th win. They get 2 wins in a row. They have a gritty, gutty win over the Clipper Club. And you heard Borrego talk about, I 1,000% agree with him about the makeup, DC, of what the team is supposed to look for. He talked about what it's supposed to mimic, the resiliency, the grittiness, the flair, like he mentioned, then he threw it into the offensive side. All of that, 1,000%.
You see what you did, huh?
I agree with all of that.
We're gonna talk like he gonna be back next year, man.
Well, he could talk. I still don't see it because he could talk all that way like he wants to be. He finally see it turning the corner, and that I helped turn the corner, and maybe we can stack on top of that and build for the future. Which listen, we all knew that the Pelicans had this ability. We have talent. I always said that. What changes the things a bit for the Pels, DC, is the fact that Dejounte Murray is the floor general. We knew him getting healthy and getting into the mix, he steadies things. Like, he has the attack dog nature. He doesn't run for anything. He gets there in the paint, he'll hit the mid range, he'll attack the paint, he'll play defense, and he just does so many things well for this team. And you can see it missing when he's not there. But his mindset, his toughness, his intelligence really helps the Pelicans out big time, because they were lacking that general. But in terms of having Dejounte, Herb, and even Saddiq Bey, in terms of their defense and grittiness, it's tough because they refuse to give up those type of players. And everybody kind of builds with them. You have Trey with his scoring, Zion with his dominance and what he brings to the table. And of course, you see guys like Carlo and Jay Fears and Queen coming off the bench. It's starting to come along. But, it's a positive. But can they do it? DC, if they can do this tomorrow to this Clipper club that's going with Tyronn Lue, bro, listen.
Big hill.
DC, Tyronn Lue he's going to get at this Clipper team. He's going to get at them how they lost this game. He's going to get on them about that, and they will make adjustments for tomorrow. But
they ain't gonna have no blowout tomorrow.
You heard me? So we'll celebrate the game tonight, and then this right now, and then we'll get into the preview against this same team. So bro, before we get into the stats, bro, let's just talk about just what happened and why we got this victory tonight.
The Dejounte Murray happened, man.
Absolutely.
Great orchestrator of just the energy of the team, man, and kind of keeping everybody fed, moving that rock around the way he did. I thought that was huge, man. But everybody played their role tonight as well, man. If you look at everybody's game tonight, right? I mean, you can always nitpick something here or there, but everybody pretty much showed up and gave you a net positive. Herb does what he does, man. Herb was, just a defensive menace tonight, and he didn't overdo it offensively. He took a couple threes, he hit one of them. You know what I'm saying? Saddiq did what Saddiq does as the professional. Trey turned it on and kind of catapulted us to get that lead. You know what I'm saying? And maintain it too. Was aggressive coming out after halftime. Fears gave you some great minutes. Same thing about Queen, Misi, and Carlo, man. Everybody stuck to their roles and didn't try to overlap. I think sometimes the team will, everybody just trying to like get theirs or just do too much. Not everybody, but you have certain players that maybe start just trying to do it all themselves. Like they get like not quite selfish, but it's like one track minded, and they forget that they're a unit. And that really didn't happen tonight. They stayed in their roles, man, and they did what they could do to the best of their ability. And when you go out there and you look at the game like that, and you play as a unit, like, look, even though he's not no offensive juggernaut, so he gonna come out there, give you tons of energy, get rebounds, and play defense. Similar thing with her. Zion, shit, he didn't take a lot of shots, but did Zion miss tonight? You know what I'm saying? He was just the cleanup man on everything tonight, man. And other than Dejounte, we didn't have a whole bunch of guys turning the ball over either. He had a few about fears. But I thought they just played a clean game, man. And then they got down by 40, and they didn't really it didn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a Dejounte thing to me, because before you see the Pels, it's like once they lose the lead, it was pretty much over with. Our team gets out in front, and that was great. So tonight they didn't let that happen, man. But tomorrow gonna be a different story, because we're gonna get to see what they can do in the clutch, because that's what's gonna matter. Tomorrow night, this game is gonna be decided in the fourth quarter. We ain't gonna be able to have it wrapped up before the fourth quarter hits. So curious to see what that looks like. Was that in the Jaden and Lex
Yeah.
in the building? Lex up in the building. What's up, Lex?
Shout out to the fam, man. Good to see y'all, man. Appreciate you as well. What's up, Lex, baby? Shout out to all y'all.
Val up in the building.
Jaden, Lavelle, big ups to you, man.
Miggy.
Kasoon, shout out to you. Thank you for the shout out, bro, for the podcast. Much love to y'all. Appreciate you. I see you, Stephanie. How you doing, Stephanie? Miggy, much love, fam. Kelvin, what's up, man? Appreciate you, my brother. RJ, how you doing? Young City 9, Fist of the Black Star. Big ups to all the fam, man. Thank y'all for joining us in this one. Fam, listen, I know it's going to be a interesting game with Tyronn Lue with these adjustments. They had the matchup where they had Lopez in there, and I'm kind of wondering. We'll get into the preview momentarily, but I know Tyronn Lue is going to definitely make some adjustments for what happened tonight, no doubt about it. But let's look at the statistics in this one, man. The Pelicans, man, they had some very solid play in terms of the stats, and it just showed across the board. Y'all look at it, the Pels shot 53%, 44 of 83 versus the Clips, 44 of 81 for 51%. The Pelicans hit 16 3-pointers on this team tonight. There was 16 of 37 for 43%. The Clippers were 9 of 31 for 29%. So it's a large disparity in terms of 3-point shots made by the Pelicans, 16 and 9 there. You look at the fact that the Pelicans went to the foul line 21 times and went 20 for 21 for 95%. That's what I'm talking about. We won't ever get that 90 mark, but it's good to see them getting up there. 10 of 13 by the Clips for 77%. Pelicans grabbed 40 rebounds tonight. They got over 30 assists. Versus the Clippers, 24. They outstole them 12-10. They outblocked them 6-2. They did turn the ball over 19 times for 25 points. The Clippers gave up 16 for 23. And you look at the fast break points, Pelicans won that as well, 22-9. Clips did beat the Pelicans in the paint 66-54, with the largest lead being 20 for the Pels and 18 for the Clips. And if you hit the box score individually speaking, the Pelicans did some good stuff there as well. The top scorer for the Pels tonight was who else but Saddiq Bey. Turned in 25 points in 35 minutes of action, 10 of 21 from the field. He had 5 3-pointers. He was 50% from downtown, 5 of 10, 5 boards, 4 assists. He had 2 steals. He was plus 19. Saddiq Bey was doing it offensively and defensively for the Pelicans. Trigger Trey Murphy in 40 minutes, which was the game high for the Pels. 23 points on 7 of 17 shooting. He hit 4 of 12 from downtown and 5 of 6 from the foul line. He grabbed 7 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals, plus 9 for Trigger Trey. 17 from Dejounte Murray in 30 minutes, 7 of 12 from the field. He hit 3 3-pointers, 3 of 7 from downtown, and threw in 11 assists. Double-double night for him with 4 boards and plus 9. He did have 6 turnovers in the matchup as well, but nonetheless, Dejounte turned in some pretty solid stats on a double-double. 14 from Zion in 28 minutes, 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the foul line. He grabbed 4 boards, 3 assists, and he was plus 11. In Herb Jones, in his starting role, 26 minutes, he had 7 points. He did hit a 3-pointer, but he was 2 of 4 from the field, didn't take a lot of shots, but was doing a lot of other stuff. Herb, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, running the floor. He had 5 steals tonight and plus 3. Herb Jones, a lot of what Herb was doing didn't show up on the stat line, but he had a really solid game in terms of just being active there. And then, of course, off the bench, Derek Queen and the Rooks did a fantastic job in their role as Borrego went 9 deep. Let's see what his rotation looked like tomorrow, because he can go a little deeper into the bench against the Clippers, and he should do that next tomorrow with Poole. Throw him in there to kind of help out however he's going to do it. But Carlo, 25 minutes, he had 9 points and 8 boards for Carlo Mekovic, a block. He was plus 21, hit a 3-pointer, 4 of 8 from the field. DQ, 19 minutes, 14 points, 9 of 9 from the foul line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was plus 4. 11 from Jeremiah Fears in 18 minutes, 4 of 6 from the field. He had a 3, perfect from the foul line, 2 of 2, 3 rebounds. Did have 3 turnovers, but he was plus 6. And Eves played in 19 minutes, 4 points, 6 boards for him, with 3 blocks for Yves Missi. So Pels turned it up in that second half and just ran away took it from these boys in the second half. The Clippers' top scorer for them was Kawhi Leonard with 25 points and 8 rebounds in 29 minutes, and then 18 from John Collins with 7 boards. Lopez had 11 and 5, and Darius Garland he was off in this one, man. 13 points. He still looked a little banged up to me at times, running around limping and everything. I don't know if he's going to play in the game tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it was bad enough for him to set him, but he did show like he was kind of banged up a little bit. 13 points from him tonight.
3 games back.
Yeah, he looked
the injury, or he was out for a while, right?
He was out. He was out for a while. But that's the thing. We'll see how they handle that. Then off the bench, you're seeing Jordan Miller and Isaiah Jackson getting double figures off the bench, but it just didn't matter. The Pelicans had it going. All right, DC, go ahead. Floor is yours, bro.
Yeah, man. Team stats, man. There's 2 things with the Pels, that really stand out when I look at it. Is obviously the 3-point shooting, right? They shot 43% tonight. Anytime the Pels shoot 43% from the 3-point line, man, that is a great thing because we don't have a lot of shooters really. You know what I'm saying? So they were able to do that. And to me, this is the major stat, man. The assists, led by none other than Dejounte Murray. But 30, anytime you get 28, 30 plus assists, they had 32 with the Pels, man. I'd be hard pressed to see us lose those games. We typically don't lose those games when we play like that, get everybody involved, and the ball is circulating, man. It's just one of them things. We play like a flock, right? And flock them up. So them getting them assists, 32 assists, 40% from the 3-point line was major. The fact that they shot 95% from the free throw line is awesome look too, and that helped to offset those turnovers that they had. But individually, just me looking at this, man. Saddiq obviously did his thing. I think he kind of did what he was supposed to do. But the most impressive guy tonight was Dejounte, man. Just how he just got everybody going, man. 11 assists, 17 points. Although he did have 6 turnovers, we need to work on that a little bit. 4 rebounds, double for him, man. Great stretch of basketball he's been playing along this back half of the season, man, where the Pels, they're looking to push and try to win every possible game that they can, and this is what you want to see, right? Another awesome performance, and he played 30 minutes tonight. Those minutes have slowly been creeping up, which is a good thing. He's either giving us a sign of things to come or putting himself on display to act out this offseason. But I don't know, man, the way they're gelling and they're playing, maybe this is something real and they're looking to build this into the future. I could see this working as you bring the 2 young guys along who probably going to need another year, right? And Trey Murphy tonight had some very magical moments. Obviously, his efficiency ain't crazy for Trey. He was 7 for 17, 23 points. Still a damn good night for him, man. Without his contributions, wouldn't have been able to get this dub, right? But Herb and Yves defensively, man, it was just running amok. Every time I watch Yves, it's like, wow. And then it just these head scratching moments, like on offense, when he was about to throw the ball to Zion, throw that shit, he threw it out of bounds and shit. And then he had the alley he caught, was telling them to challenge it. The dude touching the head, touching it, the butterfingers. But man, defensively, Yves is growing leaps and bounds. Every time I see him go out there defensively, man, he's becoming like a legit rim protector, man. He making them think twice. He got 3 blocks tonight. If he had his way, well, he would have probably been about 6. You know what I'm saying? He swatting them off the backboard and everything, even though, that don't count. But he's making them think when they come in there, man. And you love to see that because that's an element that's been missing from the Pels for a long time. I can't remember the last time we had somebody, be able to block shots the way he does and have the type of potential that he has as a rim protector, man. It's been a very long time since we had somebody like he's and Carlo as well, who was man, we got Derek Queen coming along, but these two dudes, man, there's still a lot of potential there too. You got Carlo out there hitting threes and catching lobs, and now he decided he want to rebound. He got 8 rebounds tonight, man. And Carlo, he snatching some blocks too, man. And he just changes the flow of the game. He gonna run up and down the floor. I thought our whole bench, was phenomenal with Derek Queen and Jemiah Fears as well. Who Jemiah Fears is gonna be the problem. Man, at one point in this game, he got the ball, and with the ball, he's outrunning people who don't have the ball. And then he had the wisdom to be able to finally slow down, shield himself off on the other side of the goal, and just casually lay it up, man. He's learned how to use that speed and downshift when he needs to be able to control it. So you just see so many positive attributes in this team and talent that they have. It's just I guess a hodgepodge of trying to make it all fit together. We have a uniquely constructed roster, to say the least, as we're have a starting five where we don't even have a traditional center in it. But you can't argue with results, and it's working. I thought everybody played well tonight. That's why I tried to pretty much mention all the guys, because I don't think tonight you want to leave anybody out, man. It's a total team victory.
Yeah, it surely was. I mean, the way the Pelicans played tonight, man, the grittiness, the grind, them playing together, and just you definitely see them picking up something. And whether it stays, that's something that the Pelicans it becomes a building block for the current team, because they're not going to say they're looking at the plan, but you can see Borrego, or hear from Borrego rather, discuss what this team is trying to do this season. But nonetheless, all this don't mean anything unless the Pelicans could multiply this success against this team coming up tomorrow. So this is the next thing. Pelicans 24-46 face off against the 534-34 Clipper Club. Once again, here we go. So we're in our own building. It's an opportunity for the Pelicans to do some stuff. We'll see how Tyronn Lue adjusts to whatever the Pelicans line up. Does he get a little smaller? Does he move around pieces and parts? We don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but we know that he is definitely going to lambaste this team. He's going to definitely shift some stuff around, and he's going to make it more of a gritty performance. They're going to try to see if they can flip-flop the Pelicans and try to, take advantage of them in this one, man. But, DC, let's preview this next matchup tomorrow against this team, man. We got a quick turnaround against this ball club, man. We can't have the slow starts. We can't have the big turnover totals. Pelicans hit a large clip from the foul line. We were knocking down the 3-pointers. I don't know about if the 3-pointers will still be there, but a lot of fundamental stuff we got to pick up on it and push forward. But sweeping the Clippers and back-to-back home games, to me, man, that's actually a feather in their cap, man, that they can use going forward, because we need to pick up as many wins as we can, for whatever we're trying to do at the end of the season. But let's preview this thing. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. I think my man Jaden, he brings up an interesting question. I think that's a big factor in whether we'll be able to get that victory or not. Will Dejounte play tomorrow night, man? And normally I would say no, but with it being the end of the season, you think they finally let him suit up in a back-to-back? Is he listed on the injury report, Big Q?
Hold on, DC. Let me pull it up. I didn't see him. Only person I seen on there was your boy,
I would assume
McGowan's.
He's going to sit out because he hasn't played back-to-backs. But the fact that, we got, 12 games left?
Yeah, we're getting down to the nitty and gritty. Hold
12
on.
games left, man. They might let him have a go at it.
Nah, he ain't on there. according to what I'm seeing, the injury report.
If
All it has,
Dejounte plays
it just
tomorrow
has
night,
Bryce McGowan's on there with that toe issue, saying he's supposed to, according to them, estimated timeline for McGowan's is the 19th. So
am I wrong for being happy Bryce is hurt? No,
it
I
forces.
like Bryce as a player, but I don't know, man. Just something about the way Borrego used him at times. I don't think it was working. Or it was messing up the rotation or something.
He was trying to fit him in there any way he could. Now it
They
worked
playing great without
sometimes.
him.
Right. He was trying to fit him in there. We understand he has a guy that's on this team that can just really congratulate Borrego for really helping his NBA career. That's Bryce McGowan's. If you want to pick one guy, he'll try to put Bryce McGowan's in there. He's estimated to return tomorrow. We'll see what the Pelicans talk about. Also, to make mention of is Nicholas Batum is supposed to be, doing his thing. He's supposed to be coming back as well. I think he was just out with rest or whatever it was that they talking about him dealing with. Him supposed to be involved in the matchup.
We
So
got to look at the Clippers too. Kawhi don't really like to play back to backs. Darius Garland's got an issue going on, so I wonder if one of those guys don't suit up as well.
it'll be interesting because the bottom line is, if they're pushing to do something, this coming the play-ins approaching, you know, it appears like they pushing the play, dog. They trying to do something here. So I mean, we know what the Pelicans do. We don't have a lottery selection or a first round pick or any of this sort of thing, but it appears like they're pushing the play. So like I said, Batum is supposed to return tomorrow, and like I always look at Tyronn Lue. I know, and Tyronn Lue's a hell of a coach. So at some point, he's going to have these guys motivated to come out with a stronger effort against the Pelicans. It's up to us to match energy. And then not only match it, but overcome that energy and make our energy the dominant energy on this team like we did tonight, man. And we have to do that. So back-to-backs usually mean you're going to switch up the lineups, maybe dig a little bit into your bench. The Pelicans deep enough to absorb that. So, yes, it appears that Dejounte Murray is not on the injury list according to what the NBA is showing and the Pelicans are showing. So does that mean he'll play tomorrow? We'll see what it is, because I know what was his impediment the last time we was doing. They just had it listed as an illness, even though he's coming back off that major injury. I know
You know how they do, man.
Yeah,
The
you try that
major
illness on them.
injuries, they ain't letting you do no back to backs. They've shown you time and time again. Zion is probably the worst, even when he's not coming back from major injuries. They still do that with him. But Trey, same thing. They did it with her. They did it with a lot of guys. So just miraculously at some point they stopped doing it. So I don't know if this will be the time, or maybe they make an exception with Dejounte, or if, let's say, Kawhi isn't playing or Darius Garland isn't playing,
That
just be a
changes a lot, man.
situation where they sit Dejounte and allow him to rest on the back to back.
If they said DeJounte on the back-to-back and Garland and Kawhi Leonard plays, that will be interesting. Can the Pelicans find a way to overcome that? That'll be the thing with Borrego. That'll test his coaching ability against Tyronn Lue, because DeJounte was a major player in why the Pelicans helped this. And we know that we seen what Saddiq and Trey added to the party, but what DeJounte did, man, he was a major piece on why the Pelicans won tonight, and just how they play. Now, Borrego would have to dig a little bit and see if he could find some more, the consistency, as well as some more perhaps scoring ability. Does Poole get an opportunity to dust off his sneakers and get out there again? We seen him in the last game plan, and that was the first time we seen him in 5 or 6 games. So that'll be a question mark, man, there to see if the Pelicans sit him for tomorrow or whatever the case may be. Irregardless of whatever it is, man, they got to win, man. They got to win. They have to win. This is the remaining schedule right here. I'm going to put it on screen for the family members so y'all can see it right here. LA, the 2 remaining games of the current 4-game homestand we're currently on. Thursday, Of course, we got the Clippers. And then Saturday at 6 p.m., we have Cleveland in the Smoothie King Center. So that's going to be a tough one. Then the following Tuesday, the Pelicans start a 3-game road trip on Tuesday against the Knicks, Thursday against Detroit, and then the back-to-back Friday with Toronto. So they go to Detroit on Thursday, and then they have to then travel to Toronto to take on the Raptors and BI. So come home for that following Sunday against Houston, and then they hit the road against a back-to-back. Matter of fact. So, but it's about 3-day layoff, and then maybe what? It's more than that because they'll play on Thursday, April the 2nd. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, but it's Sunday, March the 29th. It's a Houston game. And then they don't play again until that Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they'll play that Thursday. So they got 3 days off, so to speak, before they hit Portland on April the 2nd. And then that's the first of a back-to-back because the second one will be Sacramento. So they go to Portland on the 2nd of April. On the 3rd of April, they travel to Sacramento, come home for April the 5th against Orlando and April the 7th against Utah. And that's the Utah game is the final regular season game for the Pelicans. And then they hit the road for April the 10th against Boston. And then the final regular season game, so the away game against Minnesota and Ant-Man in the Target Center. So that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games remaining in the Pelicans 25-26 season. So one game at a time. With 12 remaining, they're currently on a 2-game winning streak. It'll be big for them to beat the Clippers, man, because it might mean something. It'll be a tough matchup against Cleveland. Matter of fact, those next 5 games will be interesting. 6 games, 7 games actually, will be very interesting games, to be honest with you. Before we get a break against Sacramento, DC, but it's going to be interesting, man. But damn, it's down to the nitty gritty.
We right there in my goal, Q.
Yeah.
We about to be in 11th place, bro.
11th place. That was your goal?
11th place. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it to the play, man. I mean, they would pretty much win every game.
They got to win out, dog, and
then they would need help.
Yeah,
even winning out every game, you gotta hope them dudes lose.
Yeah.
Let's say, what are they, like 7 games back right now or something?
Let me put it up. There it is, right there for you. There it is, right there.
Yeah, so
So with 12 games remaining, the Pelicans right now are in the 12th. They're in the 12th spot. So they're in the 12th spot. They're a game behind Memphis, who's in the 11th spot. Memphis is 2-8 over the last 10. The Golden State Warriors have not been playing well, but they would need some of these teams to start bottoming out really bad for them to have an opportunity.
The only one look like they bought the tank. You know what I'm saying? So they 2-8.
Yeah, they're 2-8 the last 10.
They can decide to strap them up. I don't know when Curry come back, but I'm pretty sure he's not out for the season. So, or is he back? I don't think they're losing all these games with Curry out there. So.
It's gonna be interesting, man, to see what's going on here, man. But they definitely need a lot of luck. Because if they win the next 12, which is going to be quite a feat for them to do it, that'll make them 36-46. And you would need a lot of losing to occur for the Pelicans to have a shot to climb into the play-in. So you're looking at Golden State, or perhaps Portland, just losing a ton of games, and bottoming out.
Curry will be back before the end of March. So if Curry come back, then I don't see him lose enough games. You be looking at Portland again to see if they gonna just fall off a cliff. But 11 seed, Q. 11 seed, we do that, we maintain that, man. Valiant effort. You know what I'm saying? If the Pels wind up surrendering the 5th pick, 6th, 7th pick, like as far as the Derek Queen trade, I ain't gonna say who cares, but it definitely makes you feel a lot better about that situation as opposed to it being a top 3 pick. Right. Top 3. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the best you could hope for. Playing out of reach, and if we do reach the plan, will we seriously win in a playoff atmosphere in a playing game? I'm not sure we're ready for that, but you never know. It's only one game, so
Yeah, and yeah, it's just, but that's the if all they can do is just do that, then that's all they can aim for. Is try to build some excitement toward the back end of the season, whatnot, and probably sway Joe Dumars in terms of what moves need to be made. But I know that once the season is over with, they can finally get to the aspect. And I know the Flocking Nation understands what I'm saying here. They can finally get to a point where Joe Dumars could really totally just finish the rest of the renovations of the house, so to speak. Like we came in here, we did this with the administrator, got the right person. Finally, it took too long for us to get rid of the head coach. We stuck with the interim coach, same philosophy, so to speak. A lot of incompetence, not enough discipline. And then eventually, over time, once the season is over with, we can clear out this coaching staff and then hit the off season and go through what we need to go through, find a proper coach that's a resume credential coach that can really bring respectability on the floor for the Pelicans and just be a team that is there in there competing and playing hard every night. We got the pieces. We have everything. I don't see much a lot of turnover happen with this team. Maybe a couple of guys might end up getting traded or something like that. But man, listen, a good coach would know how to use this team, man. He would have them playing defense more consistently. He'll be more fundamental in terms of them, offensive rebounding. This is what our team deals with. We're not really good at that, and that because that's not a point of emphasis for this coaching staff. Like offensive rebounds, like, yeah, you one hit a quitter. We don't, turning the ball over lackadaisically, this sort of thing. We need to get a lot tougher and smarter in certain areas of the game, and we need a coach that can take it there and a coaching staff that knows what winning is. And we'll see what Joe Dumars do on that end because that's the last leg of it to see where the Pelicans can go. And if Gail wants a damn stadium, then the Pelicans, man, if she open up purse and allow the Pelicans to get the proper coach, she'll get that building in a couple of years, man. She gonna always they're talking about the expansion DC already of the Vegas team and the
and they
Seattle
talking about what they
Supersonics
said
coming
like
back.
400 million,
Yep.
500 million.
So yeah. So that's what it comes down to.
Pretty
So
much
eventually,
right now. We ain't getting nothing, but we barely gonna get $1 billion building if that.
well, I mean, that's the part of the game where I don't know how much more of the footprint of the building the Pelicans look the how they can kind of change things around or whatnot. But better that to the building and improving whatever you need to improve inside of they looking at the suites and all this kind of stuff. That's how they kind of see and engage in the revenue. But in terms of getting a $1 billion arena downtown New Orleans with a team that's that's been a perennial loser and a joke to the NBA, that's not gonna happen. This team has to be consistently in the playoffs and a well-respected team to earn that kind of comeuppance for them to get a $1 billion arena because that's how some of these arenas coming now. They ain't cheap like they used to be, 500 million and 600 million, this type of thing. These arenas are $1 billion investments, and she's not going to pay $1 billion. She's going to ask the taxpayers of the state and get federal money to do it. So I mean, in the end, it all starts with picking the right coach to bring the team up to respectability. It took far too long for us to get there. And what Borrego can do right now is just finish strong and try to get them to win 12. Maybe that can be a buzz, like a good, a good motivational thing going into the following season. But nonetheless, it's like, you know, we'd be hard pressed to do anything playing unless one of these other teams fall out, DC. And we got to win it strong. I don't see us winning all 12 of these games. I don't see that happening.
Nah, man. Even if they win all 12, you still not
Even
guaranteed.
you're not get right.
So
It's
it's
just
like it's
too much
pretty much,
losing.
women. what they call that? A women of prayer? I'm saying.
Wing
But
and a prayer.
wing and a
That
prayer.
fitting for the Pelicans.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think next season is where it's at and what we got to look forward to, seeing what they will do with this roster. Because there's no way. I like the starting five and what we've been able to do and all of this, but I don't know what pieces you change. But we can't fully just come back, with the same roster. But maybe that's what they do because the Pels they always surprise you, right? You're like, oh, they gonna do it this year. They're gonna reset, to change the culture, and
It's pressure on the door, cuz.
repackage everything. That what pressure? There's no real
The
pressure
pre- it
on
is
Dumas,
pressure.
man. Why would it be pressure on Dumas? He
Not
got
on
him
pressure. Not on Joe. Not on Joe. Not on
pressure
Joe.
on who?
On
Zion?
Gail. On Gail.
From who?
From you, me, the flock. The same pressure that got her to get Willie Green out of here. That pressure.
Man,
Trust me.
they gonna sell us on them running it back, and they probably gonna actually put some money into the team. They might give us some cool uniforms or something. They gonna do something
We
to
did,
try.
they done did all that before, bro.
And they
That
gonna do
they ain't gonna repeat the playbook, dog.
it. That's
They
all
ran all that before.
that's all they've been doing, bro.
No, I can't go with that
The
one, bro.
last 10 years have been the same, the same, the same. And then we're going to have to obviously, if they bring Borrego back, and I'll,
Absolutely not to
but if
Borrego.
they bring in a new coach, you kind of have to give them at least a 20 game or so grace period of getting that whole system installed and
I'm
up
cool
and
with
running.
that though.
So
I'm
that's
cool with
that's
that.
what I'm saying. So they could literally, if they get a new coach, they could roll in there with the same team, probably minus Looney. Maybe you find a way to get off Poole, which I don't know how, without attaching a pick when you're not playing him. He played the other night, they don't play tonight. He's getting these spot minutes, and it's almost like he a two-way guy.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy.
in the G League or something.
Well,
But
you were losing games with a $30 million point guard that's the fourth or fifth leading scorer on your team, and you're not producing enough offense, and you find yourself at the tail end of 46 losses on the season, and you're thinking about what the hell happened. It's poor usage of your lineup. It was just in many cases
they
not
torpedoed
for
his career.
that.
It's
Yeah,
just a wrap. For
that didn't
him,
make any
that type
sense.
of money, $30 million money. I don't know, but with
Make
the
no
salary
sense.
cap going up, maybe that changes things. I don't know. But at least
I
now,
would
they
I
look
would
at
not.
players like Poole, man, he like a 12, $13 million guy right
I
now.
would never do that. If I'm the VP of the team, I'm a value guy, which means that if I pay for something, I'm going to get the value from what I'm paying for. I would never have a $30 million guy that's what is he, fourth or fifth top scorer on my team, that's barely getting minutes off the bench. And then if they use the excuse, well, he's not this sort of defense and all that type of thing. Jordan Poole was never a defensive player. He got his money on the offensive end. And if he's off here or there, you eat that because that's what you're paying for. But overall, he's going to give you the scoring acumen that you need to help your team win. That's where Borrego failed. And one of the many reasons why he failed is because it took him too long to figure out these players, and he'd been here for 3 years. A lot of these guys he should have already known. This is like he was coaching with his eyes covered. Like he didn't know that he ain't following the scouting reports. All this over aggressive, passive of congratulating players and 20 plus losses, how they play, all that is dumb. And it
He
undermines you
sound the
because
same when they win tonight as when they lose.
no, actually, he started off by saying he didn't like the fact that they had a slow, and then he flipped it on the back end to congratulating everybody, which was fitting in the win. But at the same time, we hear that same rhetoric when they're beating their asses handed to them by 10, 15, 20 points, that he was happy or he was, I'm proud of how they played in moments of the game. That makes no sense. That just shows you, it just makes you appear like aloof, a boob. You don't know what you're doing. You congratulating players in losses, which undermines you because it don't work. It doesn't help them bring in the accountability. The team needs to be more intelligent. The team needs to be more tough and disciplined. And I just don't want that brand of basketball. He talking about making them tough. How you making them tough? By telling them this sort of rhetoric. When do you actually get on them and give them the opposite but balance and equal energy of congratulating them?
In practice.
I don't hear it. I doubt it. I sincerely doubt that. I sincerely doubt that. He never does that, which is why he shouldn't over congratulate in losses and all this kind of stuff. Because I know he's not doing that on the opposite energy spectrum. I'm telling you, he doesn't. So you would want a coach who is a little bit of an asshole, but at the same time you respect because of his resume and the fact that he's been to the promised land. Don't bring me no other coach that never been to the promised land. Or some coach. He might have been affixed to a guy that was one of the best coaches that ever lived, but obviously that shit didn't rub off in a way where it was supposed to, where he could have taken over and guided this team where it was supposed to be. We had a lot of talent on this team this year to be hitting on 46 losses. And Zion played the great many games, and you had Trey for games. You had Herb when he came back from his injury. Saddiq Bey was balling. You had access to both Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears, who are rookies that played that were pretty consistent in most games. You had access to Jordan Poole many nights that he was deactivated, where you could have used the 14, 15 points a game that he brought. So he took too long to learn this team. And as a result, that's why the Pelicans are 24-46 right now with 12 games remaining in the season. Absolutely not. He does not deserve an opportunity to return, to have an opportunity to coach this team in 26-27. Absolutely not. If Joe Dumars is serious about winning, and I think he is, he has to get a coach that matches his temperament in terms of what championships is, which means he has to go and get a coach that's been to the promised land, that knows how to get championships in the NBA. And we're not talking about 10 years ago or 20 years ago. They got coaches out there that won NBA championships recently inside the last 5-year window. So, I mean, those guys are out there. You just got to make it. You got to make it work. Now, if the Pelicans above Joe Dumars serious enough to make this thing happen? Yes, they are. I would say because she wants an arena. She wants something. If she wants something, then she is going to be willing to give up something to give it. If she wasn't like, well, we good with the arena and all this kind of stuff, then I would be questioning her whether she had put out money. But as long as she wants something, which means she wants that brand new arena, and the way to get it, the Pelicans have to start winning, then she will pay out for that. That's what I'm saying.
She still got a 2028. You know, that's really a 2028, 2029. You know, they get the money, they win that year, then you can go ahead and set it up, you know, in the off season.
Do you agree with me that Joe Dumars he wants a coach that understands getting to the promised land, being that he's been there 3 times, 2 as a player, 1 as an administrator?
I will agree that I hope that's what Joe wants. But at this point, with the way things have played out, and I didn't see, you know, the season playing out this way. I didn't see Joe trading all those picks away. I don't know, Q. I have to see more moves or more of what they do, because I can't tell what's Weaver and what's Joe Dumars at this point. So I just need to see more. I need to see more. I didn't think Joe would have let Willie Green stay for as long as he did this year. You know, I thought maybe you get a 10 to 15 game leash, and it wound up being 23 games.
Well, we already covered that, didn't we? We already talked about what happened there with Gail Benson.
Nah, what if Gail Benson still meddling in other stuff? What if we can't get said coach because Gail don't want to open up hers?
No, because you got to look at history as a good measurement of what happens. All history is the study of cycles, and that's what it is when they talk about repeating history. If you know your history, you understand routines and patterns. That way, if something cycles back around to you, you can recognize it, pivot, or have a strategy of how to defeat it. That's what history affords you. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you watch the recent history of the Pelicans and the Saints, her behavior with both teams are identical. When she was pressured by the Who Dat Nation, the great Saint think tank in the entire Saints world, the majority of them, to get rid of the previous head coach, she was forced to do it. She put the order down to the VP GM Mickey Loomis, and he didn't want to do it, but she told him to do it, and she fired the head coach after going into his fourth year, something like that, three and a half years remaining. Got rid of him, fired him. What did they do? Pivot and got the right coach. What happened with the Pelicans is the same thing. Same thing happened. We called it when we fired Dennis. I said we're going to have to do the same thing with Willie Green. A year later, what happened? Same thing. Fired Willie Green. We didn't pick up the new coach. At that time, the Pelicans just delved into the interim coach. It was a major waste. Coming out of this thing, what will she do? She will allow them to hire the right coach, just like the Saints situation occurred. It'll be the same thing. So, I mean, the history is an indicator of how this person behaves. And we've seen she's routinely on time with a lot of things. Like we've seen it when she took over the team and Elvin Gentry was there and hired the general manager. Well, not take over the team, but she allowed, when she hired Griffin wanted to fire Elvin Gentry because he didn't get along with him. And ultimately, she protected Elvin Gentry for that first year. And then ultimately, the second year, she fired him. Same thing happened with recently. So, I mean,
you don't think she can do the same thing with James Borrego?
No, there's no connection with her and James Borrego like that. It was a connection with Willie Green because she was connected. Willie Green and Willie Green's wife and Gail were tight. There is no connection like that with this interim coach. It's no interim, because if it was, they would have, said that he was the permanent coach or whatever. No, there's no connection there. That's what I'm saying. She wants something. She wants the arena, and she's cognizant of that, knowing that the only way for the Pelicans to get the arena deal or a new arena that she wants, the team has to win. Well, she has already backed off of there and pretty much allowed Joe Dumars. And Joe Dumars, no, the last thing that he can do, because he made the picks, the trade, that added people to the team. He added Saddiq Bey. That was an excellent move, and we got Saddiq as the back part of the pool. Pool was the prize. Saddiq was a throw-in. So we got Saddiq and Poole here. A right coach would know how to use. Saddiq balled out, man. He played better than Herb did, offensively and defensively. He became a steady player. He had knockdown, drag-out numbers, career numbers, I won't say, from Saddiq Bey. He was an excellent pickup transaction, or not transaction, but a good pickup for the Pelicans. Poole is fourth on the team in scoring. They're just not playing him. Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears were excellent pickups for Joe Dumars. So when all of them was handicapping and talking shit about Joe Dumars, blaming them for Willie Green, when it wasn't him that was responsible for keeping Willie, it was Gail. I said it the whole time, because the pattern, how it was operating, didn't make sense. How you make these smart moves right here, but have this dumb move right here with a coach that lost the team last year, never gained them back. That let me know right now. I said, that's Gail doing that. It don't even make sense. It don't fit the pattern. If you pay attention to the history, you can understand what fits there and what doesn't. Which things go here? It's like that old game, which one of these things don't belong here? If you understand history, you can understand, you can see things that don't belong in the picture. And what is actually going on here. I knew it was Gail. Then when the situation came to a head, she put out the statement saying that, it's not this, not that, it's not this. It was actually that, because right after she put out the statement, Joe Dumars moved on and fired him right after she put the statement out the very next day, which let us know. See, Joe, the way it operated is, if he had the power all along, why did he wait for her to put out the statement? Once she done the statement, the next day he fired him. That let you know who was responsible for holding on to him. It was her. But see how Joe operated? He fired him right after she said he could, the next damn day, early as he could, put him in the street. the next damn day, which let me know that was her. So what I'm saying is she wants something. She wants the arena, and she will spend whatever, 10 million, 12 million, whatever it is to get a coach with a championship resume in the city of New Orleans. Well, you just have to trust Joe's his decision making, fam, and what I just said about the draft picks and the free agents that he picked up. Now, Kayvon Looney didn't work out. That's one that did not work out for him. But the rest of those guys, the draft picks, PV, all these kind of guys, even McGowan's, we got a two-way. We gave, so I mean, it all overall, it wasn't perfect. But I'm telling you, he had some good moves this time around, and he did not get his coach. This time around, he'll get his goddamn coach. And we're going to see something. A full off season of getting the coach, having him assemble his staff, having the summer practices and whatever we is, installing it, getting into training camp and opening up the season. Yeah, we'll have a new coach that has to install his system and all that. There's a patience for that because you got a new coach here. People are patient. They understand we're going to afford our new coach time to get his stuff together. But the patience is over with treads that's attached to Willie Green. That's the whole thing. All these guys got to go. Y'all know they got to get out of here, man. Ain't no patience for that anymore. So that's all I got. DC, what you think? Last thing before we shut it down, bro.
And I ain't got much to say on that, bro. I mean, you eloquently put that together. I just hope you're right. Because
don't hope no more, bro. Stop selling hopium and just rock with me.
I can't. With the Pelicans seeing this.
Stop hoping then. At least stop hoping. We play a big.
I said I hope you right. They ain't got nothing to do with Pelicans.
Well, no, I'm talking about you. You using hope. Don't hope. Don't hope.
Well, I wish you right.
Okay.
How else you want me to say it, man? Like, they never cease to amaze me at doing the wrong thing, and until it's completely fixed, and Gail is completely has her hands off and has gained, I guess, Joe Dumars has gained the trust of her, like how she will do with the Saints and kind of just back off and let them run it, man. That's when I know it'll take off finally. We have to have a GM, a president of basketball operation in that seat, and Gail just be the money like how she's supposed to. And back off and let them make the basketball decision. So maybe we can be at that point this off season, but I don't know, man. I think we got one more year, not of disappointment, but one more year of them not doing too much before they try to like go for it, which I think will be in the 2028 year. But maybe I could be wrong. I love to see it your way. I can't say hope, so wishfully, you're right.
All right, well, go back to hope, DC. That's better than wishing for something. It's the same damn thing. Sound like you from Dixon where
Hope is like
I wish I could find that Dick Gregory for you. I must have erased the clip, but I already played it on it.
I don't know. Hope a little worse than wishing.
I don't think so. I don't think they're wishing and hoping right around.
When you say wish, it just comes. Wish comes from like such a happy place to me. You know, it's like, oh man, when you was a kid and you believe in Santa Claus and all that stupid ass shit. And you're like, man, I wish I could get this for Christmas. And it's just like this optimistic place. But hope is like, oh shit, like you down at the bottom when you start hoping.
Damn.
Hope is like, man, I this got to work out. It's like, what's the point? You know, shit. That's why I say when you ain't got no hope, you ain't got nothing. Because hope is that's the last straw, dog. I hope this
work.
You got shit out of hope. You know, after wish, I can just make another wish.
Oh man.
It's over.
Oh man.
Once they didn't ran that whole drive, you wrap that shit up.
The DC always telling me, man, don't sell no hopium, but he's sitting up here selling a bag full of it right now.
I mean, that's what it kind of sounded like you doing. I didn't think you was
Oh,
gonna
you
run.
said it. I ain't said it. You said. I
I
said, you
mean,
know what? Just go back to it,
we about to
cause you ain't selling no
we about to rise
wishium.
from the
Is it
ashes. That's
wish?
how you sound, man.
Is it? You got hopium and wisdom or whatever it's called. What's it? Wishium?
Wis- wis-
Wishium?
wisdom.
Wishium, not wisdom, but
Wisdom.
wishium.
Man, you
DC
got the
out here selling
Pelicans
hope and
turning into
wishium.
a Phoenix around here. Q, we gonna have new logos and all this shit. And rise from the ashes and all.
Nah, that's
That's
Phoenix,
what
bro.
I
You can't
heard,
steal their
man.
stuff, but you
Huh?
can't steal. That's Phoenix. That's their stuff, man.
Nah,
You
that
can't.
ain't. They don't represent the bird Phoenix. They got a big stupid ass sun on as their logo, man. It's just hot out there, Phoenix. Yeah, hot. Don't they got like
I could have swore I
a
seen
bear or
him.
some shit as the mascot? What's that mascot?
A bear? No,
Ain't it
no. They got a they got
like
a
a
burning
SpongeBob
basketball,
thing?
dog. No, it's
That's
a
their mascot.
burning. It's a burning
I
basketball
might be thinking about the
in the
Seahawks.
motto
Who,
of
who had the damn what you call them things, man? Who had the Yeti as their mascot? Who was that?
Portland. Isn't that Portland?
Portland?
I want to say it's Portland because it's the Sasquatch, right? It's Portland. It's up there in the great, the outdoors, whatever. Phoenix has a gorilla. So what you talking about, bro? Phoenix got a gorilla as their mascot, man. It's some big ass
That's
gorilla.
what they got gorilla. That shit don't make no sense.
Phoenix, it don't make no sense, bro. Phoenix
You know
has a
what?
gorilla as their symbol.
The Lakers are the only team that can win a championship with a fucking logo and shit that just don't make no sense.
What the Lakers have? I don't even know. I don't remember what kind of logo they got.
I think it's just the Lakers girls. They're
Yeah.
above having a mascot, dog. They
Oh well,
above.
how could you make? How could it? I mean, I understand. I mean, it'd be outright ridiculous for them to have a logo because they're the Lakers. That
Yeah, we gonna have
what's the
somebody walk around dressed up as a lake.
like it's walking around like a cup of water. You got
They
like a
got some fishermen.
you see it doesn't work no matter how it goes,
But
bro.
you just stumped me on this. It's like, man, I never thought about that shit. But why the Phoenix Suns have a gorilla?
I don't.
It's
You
the
gotta ask them
mascot
that,
in
bro.
the middle of Phoenix. Though.
They got a
We
gorilla
didn't
as
even
their
have any
mascot.
monkeys in Phoenix. Come on, listen. We getting old.
They got they
This
got
shit
they
don't
got
make no sense.
they've been had that damn monkey since the
We got
'90s,
that.
man. I remember them having. It's
That's it.
The Phoenix monkey, or ape, or whatever it is.
They don't
That they
even
be.
have a forest and jungle, nothing. It's just desert.
I know it's funny, man.
Never mind.
Yeah, the gorilla mascot, often referred to as Goal the gorilla. Now he's a acrobatic mascot known for high flying dunks, comedy routines, and crowd engagement. He appearing in the 1980 after singing Telegraph Messenger in a gorilla suit was hired to perform during a timeout. I mean, we might have to delve into that shit to see because that might be something.
That's something only people in Phoenix get, bro. Like it's that whole backstory they probably
Yeah, they said this dude was so good they inducted the gorilla into the Mascot Hall of Fame. He's reported as one of the highest paid mascots in professional sports, rumored to be making about $200,000 a year.
be the Phoenix Gorillas.
The gorilla itself.
Why is the
They
Phoenix?
now they did they said they didn't officially have a mascot the first 11 seasons, which included a brief failed attempt with a sunflower costume.
Can you imagine that shit? Boy, they probably got blown out that game. Like the grown men run around playing basketball. They mascot as a sunflower.
Yeah. So that's how they ended up. Would you ask how did they ended up? I just told you now. He was a guy that was hired to he did a halftime show as the gorilla, and they liked him so much that they decided, hey, that's the Phoenix Gorilla, and he is, he's become the guy. And I seen him dancing around in there. He is very active, but yeah, that's how he got the Phoenix Gorilla.
Yeah, he
Makes no
used to be.
sense, but it
I
works
remember
for
he
him.
used to be jumping on trampolines and flying
Yeah,
away
that's
and
right.
all that shit. I
That's
remember.
his thing. That's his thing. Slam dunking, doing stuff like that. I don't know. You might want to delve, and somebody might delve in there and find
He did
something
a
that they
good
don't like.
job on promotion because as a kid, man, I never questioned.
It was so ridiculous. Why would
I
you,
never
Kyle?
questioned it.
It was
Think
so
about it. Now,
ridiculous.
wait, this the Phoenix Suns. Why the hell do they have a gorilla?
I know that. I just told you. Now that's something I didn't know. We started laughing
I might
about
have
it.
got a damn
We
Yeti. I
figured out.
think that might have been the Seattle Supersonics or something.
No, they don't.
I might have had a
You
Yeti.
you might be right, DC. Hold on, let me see.
I think
Portland.
it was the Supersonics, man. That's
I want to say hold on. Portland. The Portland mascot. Portland. Yes, it's the
It's
Portland.
Portland?
No, the Portland has a. Damn, they're showing two of them. There's the Blaze, the Trail Cat, and Douglas Fur. So they do have a Yeti dude. They got a Yeti dude. His name is Douglas Fur, and they got a cat, a Blaze, the Trail Cat, that they use that be dunking. He look
Blaze the
really
Trail.
weird. They got it's a cat that if you run around out there with sunglasses on and
They
stuff
say that's
doing
what
backflips.
Bigfoot up there in Oregon and in Washington.
And it's Douglas Fur. The name of they got two of them. It's Douglas Fur, and I think you're right. There is a Seattle Seahawks
Yes,
Yeti. I remember that somewhere. Hold on, let me dig. Super mascot. Yeah, you might be right,
I think
bro.
that's how we got down this wild rabbit hole. I was thinking.
Yeah, they got a side squash. Yeah, they got a side
Yeah,
squash.
that's
Let me
what
see.
it is,
What's
yeah.
his name? Side squash. I'm trying to find the man name. Thanks a lot, DC, for putting me on this mission. His name is Side Squatch, the mascot. So yeah, he is
Okay.
Side Squatch, the mascot. That's right. Yeah. So he been there for a while.
I
They got
noticed
two of them.
all these teams with these weird ass mascots that
This
don't
one's
match
called
their
Weedle.
name, none of them won no championship.
Side Squatch, the mascot, and versus Weedle. There's another one called Weedle. That's the least popular of the two, but they have two mascots. So you'll be seeing Side Squatch back sooner or later. DC in a couple of years. I think in 2028 when they do the thing.
Seattle and who else is?
Las Vegas.
Oh damn! I wonder what they're gonna brand Vegas.
What you mean? What they gonna
Interesting, like with the name they go with.
There's where they already have
They didn't pick it yet. Oh, they ain't announced.
no, they ain't picked. No, they ain't picked the. It's something that it's gonna happen though, bro. It's Elvis. That's one of his biggest things. After he got the television deal done, was to do the expansion, bringing Seattle back, and adding Vegas to it. So,
We can just fix the refs, man. We might be in good shape.
man, I seen an article where NFL is talking about hiring part-time refs of whatever it was. I guess the agreement coming up where these referees they got some issues going on with that. So,
They probably tired of getting called out in public, bro, with all these bullshit ass.
yeah, taking all that, like, man,
They
here, hold
gonna
on.
keep it to where you can't really remember who the refs are.
Yeah, they deal. That's 6 hours ago from ESPN. They made NFL seeks lists of possible replacement refs if the CBA not reached. So they could be. This could be something that could be happening here.
Yeah, you begging for the old refs. Huh? Call's about to be so tore.
Man, they about to like, that's okay. Let them go ahead on and do it. Y'all telling us what to do anyway. We tired of taking the L for all that shit. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man, to see how all it get. But anyway, man, listen, we're gonna get out on that. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow, fam, with the recap of the Pelicans' second matchup against the Clippers. DC, what's the call? Do we win or lose? What you didn't make the call, bro.
I gotta see the injury report, bro. Can I call that in before the game?
You got to make the call now, bro. That's the part
Shit,
about it, bro. You
I
can
don't
stop
know
riding the
what
fence. Stop riding the fence.
Well,
If
I'm gonna say we win.
You gonna say we win?
They riding a high from tonight. They playing the same team. They still in New Orleans. I'm gonna say we win.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's a
say they
new
lose.
day. I don't think.
I'm gonna say they lose because you said they was gonna win.
I don't think the Pels are gonna squander this opportunity to try to make a run at things when it's pretty much over. It'll be so Pelican-like for them to win both of these games.
Exactly. All right, so
Pelican-like, bro. Matter of fact, we got 12 left.
that's right.
They might win eight or 9 fucking games out the 12, bro.
Yeah,
And we're gonna be right there in 11th place.
they'll get to 11. Say, man, we just missed the playoffs. That's what you're gonna hear people saying too.
They gonna feel good about that shit.
Yep, we fought our way up. Just make the play.
Repackage all this shit to us next year.
Nah,
Everybody will be like, oh, they coming.
I don't agree with you about that, bro. I don't agree, but that ain't good enough, man. That won't be good enough. All right. So anyway, with that being said, man,
wishfully speaking, you know.
All right, there he is with the Wishium. You got Hopium and Wishium, bro. I think that's 2 words right there.
Wishium, man.
You got some Wishium. That's the next level. That that really gets you messed up.
Gotta be a little more positive, man. We've been some
DC, that's like smoking pineapple pills. And,
wait, what?
That's right, DC. You got smoked pineapples.
Smoked pineapple pills.
Burnt pineapples. That's the same high you get with Wishium. It's burnt pineapple pills, bro. That's the same high you get. All right. So anyway, with that being said, appreciate y'all, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll holler at you tomorrow night. Much love, peace, and go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell him that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehootdatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic, NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.